Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So happy Janmashtami Eve to everyone. And it's such a, um, so many are involved in so many temple services getting ready for Janmashtami, and it is such a nice time to think about the Lord and, come together in the service to the Lord. We are very thankful to Srila Prabhupada for this opportunity, who made bhakti very practical, right? Something to do, something practically offer service to the Lord. So we are very thankful to him. So we will start with prayers. So today we'll continue reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So due to lack of time, I was thinking we will do chapter summaries for 2 chapters, and then we'll read shloka translations. So we will start with prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priyem Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्. So, the last week we saw some translations from this chapter, leading up to that Sukadeva Goswami saying about Krishna's activities in just two shlokas, and then Parikshit Maharaj is asking questions. So, what questions did he ask? It's on the screen share is visible.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, so one of the question is that Parishik Maharaj is requesting Sukamuni to describe more about the Lord and his glorious activities, like because he saw the Lord like in his womb. So and then that's why he wants to hear more about him.
Right.
Yeah, so though the Sukamuni has described a lot about the sun dynasty and moon dynasty, so yeah, and various other forms of the Lord, he's not satisfied. Yeah, and then he wants to know more about the Lord,
Eh,
because he thinks that it's a right medicine to overcome the miseries of birth and death.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. And then he's also saying a very heavy example. How can anyone stop hearing such glorification except for a butcher or one who's killing his own self? Apart from this, everyone else would save. And what is his personal interest? Two things he's saying that he wants to hear about Krishna, his personal interest or personal connection.
Yeah, I think he's talking about his grandfather, like Vasudeva, like he crossed the ocean. It's
Yeah,
big, yeah, because with the mercy of the Lord. So that's what he's saying. The so the one such analogy is that the whole universe, I mean, the material ocean, the material world has become the vast, and then only if we get the shelter of the footprints of the Lord Krishna, then that will shrink it to the hoof print of the calf, so
yeah,
that we can step over and cross it.
yeah, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, so he's telling that great ocean has reduced, and this is with respect to his grandfathers. What is with respect to himself? Anybody else?
Mataji, can I go?
Yes.
Yeah, so another one with regard to his mother, who surrendered to Lord Krishna.
Mm,
So because when Ashwatthama, uh, I mean, uh, he tried to kill using the Brahmastra when he was in the womb of his mother. So that's when, his mother took the shelter of the Lord, and the Lord came with Sudarshana Chakra in hand, and then it entered the mother's womb and then saved Parikshit Maharaj.
yes.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so both with the mother and grandfather, he is giving his personal connections with the Lord, and that's why one of the another reason, why Parikshit Maharaj wants to hear more about the Lord.
very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so since we have to cover three chapters today for the um, for the birth of the Lord, so I thought we will read the chapter summary of chapter 1 and chapter 2, and then chapter 3 we'll read translations. So anybody uh, volunteering to read? We'll read and look for details, and after that we can have a discussion based on what we read.
I can read, Mataji.
Nirmala, okay. I think Nirmala Mataji raised her hand. Maybe, yeah, after three paragraphs you can read, Aparna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. The advent of one second, Mataji. Zoom out. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
The advent of Lord Krishna introduction. Chapter 1. The summary of the first chapter is as follows.
This chapter describes how Krishna, frightened by hearing an omen about his being killed by the eighth son of Devaki, killed Devaki's sons one after another. When Shukadeva Goswami finished describing the dynasty of Yadu as well as the dynasties of the moon god and sun god, Maharaja Parikshit requested him to describe Lord Krishna, who appeared with Baladeva in the Yadu dynasty, and how Krishna performed his activities within this world. Krishna is transcendental, the king said, and therefore to understand his activities is the occupation of liberated persons. Hearing of Krishna Leela is the boat by which to achieve the ultimate goal of life. Except for an animal killer or one who is following a policy of suicide, every intelligent person must strive to understand Krishna and his activities. Krishna was the only worshipable deity for the Pandavas. When Maharaja Parikshit was in the womb of his mother, Uttara, Krishna saved him from the attack of the Brahmastra. Now Maharaja Parikshit asked Sukadeva Goswami how his lordship Baladeva, the son of Rohini, could have appeared in the womb of Devaki. Why did Krishna transfer himself from Mathura to Vrindavana? King Parikshit asked. And how did he live there with his family members? What did Krishna do in Mathura and Vrindavana? And why did he kill his maternal uncle Kamsa? For how many years did Krishna reside in Dwaraka? And how many queens did he have? Maharaja Parikshit asked Sukadeva Goswami all these questions. He also requested Sukadeva Goswami to describe other activities of Krishna about which he could not incur. Anybody else wants to read Mataji? Otherwise, I can continue.
Thank you, Mataji. Aparna Mataji.
Sure, Mataji. Thank you. When Sukadeva Goswami began to speak about Krishna consciousness, Maharaja Parikshit forgot the fatigue brought about by his fasting. Enthusiastic to describe Krishna, Sukadeva Goswami said, like the waters of the Ganges, descriptions of the activities of Krishna can purify the entire universe. The speaker, the inquirer, and the audience all become purified. Once, when the entire world was overburdened by the increasing military power of demons in the form of kings, Mother Earth assumed the shape of a cow and approached Lord Brahma for relief. Sympathetic to Mother Earth's lamentation, Brahma, accompanied by Lord Shiva and other demigods, took the cow shaped Mother Earth to the shore of the milk ocean, where he offered prayers to please Lord Vishnu, who lay there on an island in transcendental ecstasy. Brahma thereafter understood the advice of Mahavishnu, who informed him that he would appear on the surface of the earth to mitigate the burden created by the demons. The demigods, along with their wives, should appear there as associates of Lord Krishna in the family of Yadu to increase the sons and grandsons in that dynasty. By the will of Lord Krishna, Anantadeva would appear first as Balarama, and Krishna's potency, Yogamaya, would also appear. Brahma informed Mother Earth about all this, and then he returned to his own abode. Af- After marrying Devaki, Vasudeva was returning home with her on a chariot driven by Kamsa, her brother, when an ominous voice addressed Kamsa, warning him that Devaki's eighth son would kill him. Upon hearing this omen, Kamsa was immediately ready to kill Devaki, but Vasudeva diplomatically began to instruct him. Vasudeva stressed that it would not be good for Kamsa to kill his younger sister, especially at the time of her marriage. Anyone who possesses a material body must die, Vasudeva advised him. Every living entity lives in a body for some time and then transmigrates into another body. But one is unfortunately misled into accepting the body as the soul. If a person under this mistaken conception wants to kill another body, he is condemned as hellish. Shall I continue, Mataji, or is somebody willing to read? Can because
can
comes sure. Sorry.
Mataji.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Because Kamsa was not satisfied by Vasudeva's instructions, Vasudeva devised a plan. He offered to bring Kamsa all of Devaki's children so that Kamsa could kill them. Why then why then should Kamsa kill Devaki now? Kamsa was satisfied by this proposal. In due course of time, when Devaki gave birth to a child, Vasudeva brought the new baby to Kamsa, who, upon seeing Vasudeva's magnanimity, was struck with wonder. When Vasudeva gave Kamsa the child, Kamsa, showing some intelligence, said that since he was to be killed by the eighth child, why should he kill the first? Although Vasudeva did not trust him, Kamsa requested Vasudeva to take the child back. Later, however, after Narada approached Kamsa and disclosed to him that the demigods were approaching in the Yadu and Varshni dynasties and conspiring to kill him, Kamsa decided to kill all the children born in these families, and he also decided that any child born from the womb of Devaki must be killed. Thus, he arrested and imprisoned both Devaki and Vasudeva and killed 6 of their sons one after another. Narada had also informed Kamsa that in his previous birth, Kamsa was Kalanemi, a demon killed by Vishnu. Consequently, Kamsa became a great enemy to all the descendants of Yadu Vamsha, the Yadu dynasty. He even arrested and imprisoned his own father, Ugrasena, for Kamsa wanted to enjoy the kingdom alone. Krishna has three whole pastimes. Mataji, do you want me to stop here? Okay, I'll continue reading.
No, Mataji, there are only 2 paragraphs. We'll finish and then discuss. You can continue.
Okay. Krishna has threefold pastimes: the Vraja Leela, Mathura Leela, and Dwaraka Leela. As already mentioned in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 90 chapters which describe all these Leelas. The first 4 chapters describe Brahma's prayers for the relief of the earth's burden, and they also describe the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chapters 5 through 39 recount Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavana. The 40th chapter describes how Krishna enjoyed in the water of the Yamuna and how Akura offered prayers. Chapters 41 through 51, 11 chapters, tell of Krishna's pastime in Mathura, and chapters 52 through 90, 39 chapters relate Krishna's pastimes in Dwarka. Chapters 29 through 39 describe Krishna's dancing with the gopis, known as the Rasa Leela. Therefore, these 5 chapters are known as Rasa Panchadhyaya. The 47th chapter of the 10th canto is a description known as the Brahmara Gita.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So, I know this is a well-known story, but when we read the word by word, when we read translation, so many details are there. So maybe I think homework is to read the translations. But just to summarize, why did Kamsa uh, want? Why Kamsa wanted to kill Devaki?
Because there was an omen that he will be killed by the 8th son, right?
Eight.
Mataji?
But I mean, what is the quality of Kamsa that comes out that he's immediately ready to kill his own sister?
So the demonic nature, Mataji, the being Asura.
Uh, yeah, more. What you can say if you want to describe in
Fear.
English?
He was scared.
Selfishness.
Huh?
Selfishness.
Extreme selfishness, right? So only if until then he was affectionately driving the chariot of Devaki. But when he came to know that Devaki's son, 8th son, would kill him, he was immediately ready to kill Devaki, who was his younger sister and at the time of her marriage. So, what is what was Vasudeva's first attempt to stop this?
He said like, anyways, it's going to be the eighth son. So no need to kill the first seven sons, right?
No, that is
That's the second attempt.
Like first he gave the
Diploma.
Gyan Yoga process. That soul, that body will die anyway, so,
yeah,
and the soul transmigration of the soul.
yeah, yes.
And
That's
it's
very
not good to kill sister, right?
right. Yes. So it's very nice if you read the translations. What he's telling makes so much sense. If you want to kill another body, thinking that the body is the soul, then it's condemned as hellish. He's trying to give advice to the demoniac nature. But Kamsa was not satisfied by Vasudeva's instruction. So then Vasudeva devised a plan. So what was the plan?
So like not to kill Devaki, but also whenever she gave birth to the child, like they will bring the child to the Kamsa.
Yeah. And why Kamsa listen to that? It's not given.
Because Vasudeva for sure, like he will keep up his word.
Right. Vasudeva was sure. He knew that Vasudeva would keep up his word. But Kamsa was sure Vasudeva would keep up his word. And what happened when Vasudeva first bought his firstborn child? At first,
He
what
returned
did
back to
Kamsa
the
do?
they were he returned back.
Right? What did he say? See, Kamsa requested Vasudeva to take the child back. But then, why then after? When he decided to kill the baby?
When Narada Muni approached and told this, I mean, kind of he told about the dynasty things
Hmm. He
and
told, huh?
told to kill all of them.
He didn't tell to kill all of them, but he
He
But
said,
he
was
advised,
conspiring.
kind of played like,
yeah.
is
So
it?
right. So he said that this he disclosed to him that demigods were appearing in the Yadu and Vrishni dynasties and conspiring to kill him. Why did Narada do this? He's a great devotee, no?
So Mataji, that Kamsa's sins sort of reach the peak quickly
Mm,
for Krishna to then kill him. Right? There is like we talked about in chapter 13, I think, the Kshetra, and to the extent that you can expand it until the time you can't, and that's your downfall.
right, right. And also Narada Muni, can go anywhere. He's friendly to both demons and the devotees, and is accelerating Kamsa's sinful nature. And also there is a reason. He also informed what else he informed? What did he reveal to Kamsa?
About his previous birth.
Hmm. His previous birth, he was a demon named Kalanemi, and he was killed by Vishnu. So when he reminded that, then Kamsa was becoming more demoniac. I want to kill Vishnu. And this birth also, then he remembered that voice that I will be killed. No. And also, uh, yeah, Kalanemi's son, Kalanemi killed his sons, and in this life also, actually, the children born to Devaki were supposed to be killed by Kamsa for their immediate um, deliverance. So they were killed. Kamsa was prompted to kill them. This we will see again in the later chapters when Devaki asked that, let me see my children back. And then Krishna would bring all of them back, and then their history is told at that time. Then we see the chapter summaries. There are 3 Leelas: Vraja Leela, Mathura Leela, and Dwaraka Leela. And how chapters 5 through 39 is Vrindavan pastimes. And then 40th chapter is Yamuna and how Akrura offered prayers. 41 to 51 is Krishna's pastimes in Mathura. 52 to 90 is Krishna's pastimes in Dwaraka. Okay, so we are going to take this as a homework and read this. The translations is very nice. So many details are there. We have just read the summary. So now we'll go to the next chapter, and we are also going to do the chapter summary only. Okay. Anybody wants to read? Any?
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Chapter 2, Prayers by the Demigods for Lord Krishna in the Womb. As described in this chapter, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead entered the womb of Devaki to kill Kamsa, all the demigods understood that the Lord was living within Devaki's womb, and therefore in veneration they offered him the Garbha-stuti prayers. Kamsa, under the protection of his father-in-law Jarasandha, and with the help of his demoniac friends like Pralamba, Baka, Chanura, Trinavarta, Aghasura, Mushtika, Bana, and Bhaumasura, began oppressing the members of the Yadu dynasty. Therefore, the members of the Yadu dynasty left their homes and sought shelter in such states as Kuru, Panchakala, Kekaya, Shalva, and Vidarbha. Only some of them stayed with Kamsa as nominal friends. After Kamsa killed the Sadgarbhas, the 6 sons of Devaki, one after another, Anantadeva entered Devaki's womb and was transferred to the womb of Rohini by the manipulation of Yogamaya, who was following the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord himself, who was soon to appear as the 8th son of Devaki, ordered Yogamaya to take birth from the womb of Yashoda Devi. Because Krishna and his potency, Yogamaya, appeared simultaneously as brother and sister, the world is full of Vaishnavas and Shaktas, and there is certainly some rivalry between them. Vaishnavas worship the Supreme Lord, whereas Shaktas, according to their desires, worship Yogamaya in forms like Durga, Bhadrakali, and Chandika. Following the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yogamaya transferred Baladeva Sankarshana, the 7th child of Devaki, from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. Because Sankarshana appears in order to increase love of Krishna, he is known as Baladeva. One may take auspicious strength from him to become a devotee of the Lord, and therefore he is also known as Balabhadra. After Yogamaya transferred the 7th child of Devaki to the womb of Rohini, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared within the heart of Vasudeva and transferred himself into the heart of Devaki. Because the Lord was present in her heart, Devaki, as her pregnancy continued, appeared effulgent. Upon seeing this effulgence, Kamsa was full of anxiety, but he could not harm Devaki because of their family relationship. Thus he began indirectly thinking of Krishna and became fully Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna Mataji, does anyone else wants to continue?
Can I read,
Yeah.
Mataji? Meanwhile, because of the Lord's presence within the womb of Devaki, all the demigods came to offer the Lord their prayers. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, they said, is eternally the absolute truth. The spiritual soul is more important than the gross body, and the super soul Paramatma is still more important than the soul. The Supreme Godhead is absolutely independent, and his incarnations are transcendental. The prayers of the demigods glorify and exalt devotees and explain the fate of persons who superficially consider themselves liberated from the conditions of material nature. A devotee is always safe. When a devotee fully surrenders at the lotus feet of the Lord, he is completely liberated from the fear of material existence. By explaining why the Supreme Personality of Godhead descends, the prayers of the demigods clearly confirm the Lord's statement in Bhagavad Gita 4.7, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mother.
So we can see how after the demigods are offering prayers, it's a very nice prayers called Garbha Stuti. And after that, how everyone was scattered in many different places. Then Yogamaya was asked to he transferred, Anantadeva was transferred from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. This was one of the questions that Parikshit asked. How can he be Devaki Nandan and also Rohini Nandan, Balaram? Then how ordered Yogamaya to take birth from the womb of Yashoda Devi, and how both are worshipped according to their desires. And then Yogamaya transferred, and Kamsa is Krishna conscious but unfavorable. But even if he was full of in anxiety and hatred, when will Krishna kill me? When will Krishna kill me? How will he kill me? Even though his thoughts were unfavorable, that's not what we are supposed to do. Always Prabhupada gives the example that we should become favorably disposed to Krishna. But Kamsa was unfavorably Krishna conscious. But still, since Krishna is absolute, Kamsa was given liberation after he left, after Krishna killed him. So that is the impartial nature of the Lord. Then, yeah. So we'll, any questions, any points from this? Anybody would like to share? Okay, if not, we will go to chapter 3 and we'll not read the chapter summary, but we'll go to uh, reading verse by verse, because this is where appearance of Krishna takes place. So,
Mataji, I have a question. Sorry for
uh,
the late. Mataji, Yogamaya, Durga Devi is still considered demigod only, right?
yeah,
Okay.
because she awards material prosperity, and it is said that if a person wants liberation, then she is the one who is directing them to worship the Lord.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, there is one story in this regard, one pastime. There was one Chandidas. So he was worshipping Chandi and Kali and like that. His brother was a devotee of the Lord. So I think he visited Chandidas, and Chandidas had lots of flowers in the garden. And the brother, I mean, I may be little wrong in this, but somehow his brother, who was a worshipper of Lord Vishnu, he offered a flower from the garden to the Lord. And then Chandidas happened to offer the same flower to Mother Chandi. So, he has been worshipping Durga Devi for a very long time, but this time she personally came to accept the flower, gave him her darshan. Then he was asking, so long I have offered you so many things, but why today you are extremely pleased with me? Then she said that because you offered that flower which is prasadam of my Lord to me, so I am very pleased with you. So this was Chandi's direction to Chandidas, and then how he understood that it's not a rivalry worship, Shaktas and Shaivites or Vaishnavas. It's not a rivalry worship, but people who don't understand the hierarchy, then they do that. Then he took the clue from Chandi Devi, and he tried to understand how Krishna is the Supreme Lord, Vishnu is the Supreme Lord, and that very much pleased her also. So this comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yes, Sadbir Taji,
Yes, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Krishna.
Mataji, I have a question. The same leading to the question Mataji asked before. So Vishnu, there's a Mahavishnu and Garbhodhaksha Vishnu. So is there anybody above him, or he's a Krishna?
Yeah, Krishna is expanding himself into Vishnu. That's what we saw, right?
Okay.
Because Krishna and Vishnu are the same person. Krishna is casual, right?
Okay.
Krishna is dancing with the peacocks, going with the thing. Although he had showed universal form to Mother Yashoda within his mouth, he lifted the Govardhan hill, he killed all the
Yeah.
Agasura. He's still the Supreme Lord.
Okay.
But you
Okay.
see, he behaves as a very normal friend, a very
Yeah.
naughty child, uh, you know,
Yeah.
very, passionate lover or a
Okay.
master, like that. The relationships Krishna has, like
Okay.
how, as a person at home has many relationships at home, brother, sister, mother, father, children, like that. But when we go
Yeah.
to office, or, it's a
Yeah.
formal setup, there, even if the, family members come, it's not the same
Yeah.
mood. Like, they're not
Okay.
that casual. So, Krishna in official form is Vishnu. Vishnu in casual form is Krishna.
Okay. He himself is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Vidya,
Mataji, I have one question, Mataji. we know that Lord Krishna was born like from the heart of Vasudeva and Devaki, right, Mataji? So that what is described. So it just shows that like it's not a like usual human birth, but like because it's from the heart, and that's how like the Lord was born. So is this the same way that Balarama was also born, Mataji, or like
yeah,
because yeah.
we can see that na Balaram also is transferred from Devaki to, and also he's an energy of the Lord and incarnation of the Lord as well. Balarama is listed as an incarnation of the Lord in the 10 incarnations that Jaydev Goswami sang about. So all
Mm,
incarnations, even
yeah.
see,
Yes, Mataji.
Christ also was born like that, like Mother. They say
Yeah.
Virgin Mary. He was
Oh,
born to Virgin
yeah.
Mary like that. Yeah. So when
So
great,
just to understand, Mataji, so in that case, like Lord Krishna and Lord Balarama also both born in the same way, and Lord Balarama is the incarnation, but for when it comes to Krishna, it's the Krishna himself. It's not the incarnation. Is it that way?
yes, Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we will start reading this. We don't have much time as I have a hard stop, 9 o'clock, 9:10 maybe. So we will read, take turns and read. This is pure nectar we will relish. So anybody wants to read? Text 1 to 5.
You can read, Mataji.
Yes.
Thereafter, text 1 to 5. Thereafter, at the auspicious time for the appearance of the Lord, the entire universe was surcharged with all the qualities of goodness, beauty, and peace. The constellation Rohini appeared, as did stars like Ashwini. The sun, the moon, and other stars and planets were very peaceful. All directions appeared extremely pleasing, and the beautiful stars twinkled in the cloudless sky. Decorated with towns, villages, mines, and pasturing grounds, the earth seemed all auspicious. The rivers flowed with clear water, and the lakes and vast reservoirs, full of lilies and lotuses, were extraordinarily beautiful. In the trees and green plants, full of flowers and leaves, pleasing to the eyes, birds like cuckoos and swarms of bees began chanting with sweet voices for the sake of the demigods. A pure, a pure breeze began to blow, pleasing the sense of touch and hear and bearing the aroma of flowers. And when the Brahmanas engaging in ritualistic ceremonies ignited their fires according to the Vedic principles. The fires burned steadily, undisturbed by the breeze. Thus, when the birthless Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was about to about to appear, the saints and brahmanas who had always been disturbed by demons like Kamsa and his men felt peace within the core of their hearts, and kettle drums simultaneously vibrated from the upper planetary systems. Text 6. The, the Kinnaras and Gandharvas began to sing auspicious songs. The Siddhas and Charanas offered auspicious prayers, and Vidyadharis, along with the Asparas, began to dance in jubilation. Text 7 to 8. The demigods and God and great saintly persons showered flowers in a joyous mood, and clouds gathered in the sky and very mightily thundered, making sounds like those of ocean's waves. Then the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, who is situated in the core of everyone's heart, appeared from the heart of Devaki in the dense darkness of night, like the full moon rising on the eastern horizon, because Devaki was of the same category of Sri Krishna. Text 9 to 10. Vasudeva then saw the newborn child who had very wonderful lotus like eyes and who bore in his 4 hands the 4 weapons Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. On his chest was the mark of Srivatsa, and on his neck the brilliant Kaustuba gem. Dressed in yellow, his body blackish like a dense cloud, his scattered hair fully grown, and his helmet and earrings sparkling uncommonly with the valuable gem Vaidurya, the child decorated with the brilliant belt, armlets, bangles, and other ornaments, appeared very wonderful.
Yeah.
Text.
Thank you, Mataji. So we will read this. This is so nice. Please repeat after me. Oops. Yeah, we can read the Sanskrit also because this is exactly when Krishna is born. Tam adbhutam balakam ambujekshanam
Sammadbhutam balakam ambujekshanam
चतुर्भुजं शङ्खगदादियुधायुधम्
चतुर्भुजं
चतुर्भुजं
शङ्खगदायुधम्
श्रीवत्सलक्ष्मं गलशोभिकौस्तुभम्
श्रीवत्सलक्ष्मं गणशोभिकौस्तुभम्
पीताम्बरं सान्द्रपयोधसौभगम्
पीताम्बरं सान्द्रपयोधसौभगम्
पीताम्बरसान्द्रपयोधसौभगम्
महार्हवैडूर्यकिरीटकुण्डल
महार्यवैडूर्यकुण्डल
द्विषा परिष्वक्तसहस्रकुण्टलम्
विशालपरिवक्तसहस्रकुण्डलम्
उद्दामकाञ्च्यङ्गदकङ्कणादिभिर्
उद्दामकाञ्च्यङ्गदकङ्कणादिभिः
विरोचमानं वसुदेव ऐक्षत
विरोचमानं वसुदेव
ऐक्षत।
So we can see Adbhutam Balakam, wonderful child. Why?
Born with 4 hands.
4 hands. And what is he bearing in 4 hands?
Shankh Chakra Gada Padma.
Yes, first. And then decorated with Srivatsa, which is
Kaustubha. Yeah.
and
Gem.
Kaustubha. On his neck was a Kaustubha gem. Then Pita Ambaram. Garments were yellow. So he was born with all this, with garments, with Shankha Chakra, Gada Padma, Srivatsa, and Kaustubha. And his hue was Sandra Payoda Saubhagam, blackish clouds. And then Maha Arha Vaidurya, not ordinary Vaidurya. That Vaidurya is present only in the Vaikuntha planets. He has his helmet and earrings, and all of them were studded with this very valuable Vaidurya gems. And then, which child has a fully grown hair, right? And not only Vaidurya, a helmet and the earrings, but also a brilliant belt in his waist, armbands, and bracelets on his wrists. All these ornaments were there. Virochamanam. Very beautifully decorated. And like this, Vasudeva is seeing the Lord. Okay, so somebody else can continue. 11 to 20. Yes, probably.
Text 11. When Vasudeva saw his extraordinary son, his eyes were struck with wonder. In transcendental jubilation, he mentally collected 10,000 cows and distributed them among the Brahmanas as a transcendental festival. Text 12. O Maharaja Parikshit, descendant of King Bharata, Vasudeva could understand that this child was the supreme personality of Godhead, Narayana. Having concluded this without a doubt, he became fearless. Bowing down with folded hands and concentrating his attention, he began to offer prayers to the child, who illuminated his birthplace by his natural influence. Text 13. Vasudeva said, My Lord, you are the supreme person beyond material existence, and you are the supersoul. Your form can be perceived by transcendental knowledge, by which you can be understood as the supreme personality of Godhead. I now understand your position perfectly. Text 13.
14.
14. My Lord, you are the same person who in the beginning created this material world by his personal external energy. After the creation of this world of three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, you appear to have entered it, although in fact you have not. Text 15 to 17. The Mahat Tattva, the total material energy, is undivided, but because of the material modes of nature, it appears to separate into earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Because of the living entity, Jiva Bhuta, these separated energies combine to make the cosmic manifestation visible. But in fact, before the creation of the cosmos, the total energy is already present. Therefore, the total material energy never actually enters the creation. Similarly, although you are perceived by our senses because of your presence, you cannot be perceived by the senses, nor experienced by the mind or words. Avan manasa gochara. With our senses, we can perceive some things, but not everything. For example, we can use our eyes to see, but not to taste. Consequently, you are beyond perception by the senses. Although in touch with the modes of material nature, you are unaffected by them. You are the prime factor in everything, the all pervading, undivided supersoul. For you, therefore, there is no external or internal. You never entered the womb of Devaki, rather, you existed there already. Text 18. One who, consider, one who considers his visible body, which is a product of the three modes of nature, to be independent of the soul is unaware of the basis of existence, and therefore he is a rascal. Those who are learned have rejected this conclusion because one can understand through full discussion that with no basis in soul, the visible body and senses would be insubstantial. Nonetheless, although his conclusion has been rejected, a foolish person considers it a reality. Text 19. O my Lord, learned Vedic scholars conclude that the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the entire cosmic manifestation are performed by you, who are free from endeavor, unaffected by the modes of material nature, and changeless in your spiritual situation. There are no contradictions in you, who are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Para Brahman. Because the three modes of material nature, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, are under your control, everything takes place automatically. Text 20. My Lord, your form is transcendental to the three modes, to the three material modes. Yet for the maintenance of the three worlds, you assume the white color of Vishnu in goodness. For creation, which is surrounded by the quality of passion, you appear reddish. And at the end, when there is a need for annihilation, which is surrounded by ignorance, you appear blackish. X21, Mataji?
Yes, actually, but just one point that, when presenting these prayers, Vasudeva is completely conscious of how the Lord is a supreme creator. And he's giving an explanation that even before creation, you existed. So, even though you appear to have entered it, you have not entered it actually, because you already existed outside the creation. So, he's explaining all this to say that you never entered the womb of Devaki, rather, you existed there already. And how you are outside of creation, and also you entered the creation because of which creation took place. So it's not astonishing that you are there in the womb of Devaki also, because you are there everywhere. So you can manifest from anywhere. That is his, logic in saying that how he is aware of the position of the Supreme Lord. And also, from this, we learn that as soon as we see the Lord, we can see that, Vasudeva is offering prayers. So, similarly, when we first go to the temple, we just see Vasudeva seeing the Lord. So, we are advised to take darshan of the Lord starting from the lotus feet and then slowly move up to the lotus face. Then we offer prayers to the Lord, uh, not asking any benediction first, explaining whatever we know about His greatness. So that's what we see here. Okay, we'll continue 21 to 30. Anybody else? I can't see anybody wants to read?
I can read, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Text 21. O my Lord, Proprietor of all creation, you have now appeared in my house, desiring to protect this world. I am sure that you will kill all the armies that are moving all over the world under the leadership of politicians who are dressed as Kshatriya rulers but who are factually demons. They must be killed by you for the protection of the innocent public. Text 22. O my Lord, Lord of the demigods, after hearing the prophecy that you would take birth in our home and kill him, this uncivilized Kamsa killed so many of your elder brothers. As soon as he hears from his lieutenants that you have appeared, he will immediately come with weapons to kill you. Text 23. Sukadeva Goswami continued. Thereafter, having seen that her child had all the symptoms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Devaki, who was very much afraid of Kamsa and unusually astonished, began to offer prayers to the Lord. Text 24. Sri Devaki said, my dear Lord, there are different Vedas, some of which describe you as unperceivable through words and the mind. Yet you are the origin of the entire cosmic manifestation. You are Brahman, the greatest of everything, full of effulgence like the sun. You have no material cause. You are free from change and deviation, and you have no material desires. Thus, the Vedas say that you are the substance. Therefore, my Lord, you are directly the origin of all Vedic statements, and by understanding you, one gradually understands everything. You are different from the light of Brahman and Paramatma, yet you are not different from them. Everything emanates from you. Indeed, you are the cause of all causes, Lord Vishnu, the light of all transcendental knowledge. Text 25. After millions of years, at the time of cosmic annihilation, when everything manifested and unmanifested is annihilated by the force of time, the five gross elements enter into the subtle conception and the manifested categories enter into the unmanifested substance. At that time, you alone remain and you are known as Ananta Sesha Naga. Hare Krishna. Do you want me to continue, Mataji, or anybody wants to continue?
Yeah, nobody's there. So we'll take 10 verses each. You can continue, Matan.
Text 26. O inaugurator of the material energy, this wonderful creation works under the control of powerful time, which is divided into seconds, minutes, hours, and years. This element of time, which extends for many millions of years, is but another form of Lord Vishnu. For your pastimes, you act as the controller of time, but you are the reservoir of all good fortune. Let me offer my full surrender unto your lordship. Text 27. No one in this material world has become free from the four principles birth, death, old age, and disease, even by fleeing to various planets. But now that you have appeared, my lord, death is fleeing in fear of you, and the living entities, having obtained shelter at your lotus feet by your mercy, are sleeping in full mental peace. Text 28. My Lord, because you dispel all the fear of your devotees, I request you to save us and give us protection from the terrible fear of Kamsha. Your form as Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is appreciated by yogis in meditation. Please make this form invisible to those who see with material eyes. Text 29. O Madhusudana, because of your appearance, I am becoming more and more anxious in fear of Kamsa. Therefore, please arrange for that sinful Kamsa to be unable to understand that you have taken birth from my womb. Text 30. O my Lord, you are the all pervading Supreme Personality of Godhead, and your transcendental four armed form, holding conch shell, disc, club, and lotus, is unnatural for this world. Please withdraw this form and become just like a natural human child so that I may try to hide you somewhere. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we can see both Vasudeva and Devaki are ending their prayers like this. So this is a relationship, right? They know that He is a Supreme Lord. He is everything. They didn't say, okay, you protect yourself. You are everything, so you can know. They're offering their feelings of having to protect the Lord as a service to the Lord. So Devaki is very specifically praying. What is she praying specifically?
To become like a natural human child so that she can try to hide
Um,
somewhere.
even if she tries to hide, how come, everything it'll be a news, right? If a child with four arms with a conch shell, disc, club, and lotus, nobody can hide him. Wherever he goes and lives, also it will become a news. So that is her motherly nature, and this Krishna is accepting, right? So we can see that how also she's saying one point that you are time factor. See, we are all running and under the control of the powerful time. What is this time? So time is none other than Krishna. As he says in Bhagavad Gita also, Kalosmi Loka Kshayakrit Pravruddho. I am Kala. So that is one point that Devaki is mentioning. So let's see what the Lord is answering. Now, yeah, 31 to 40. Oh, it's already 9. Anybody would like to read?
I can read Mataji.
Yes, Shilpa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Text 31. At the time of devastation, the entire cosmos, containing all created moving and non-moving entities, enters your transcendental body and is held there without difficulty. But now this transcendental form has taken birth from my womb. People will not be able to believe this, and I shall become an object of ridicule. Text 32. The Supreme Personality of Godhead replied, My dear mother, best of the chaste, in your previous birth, in the Swayambhu millennium, you were born as Prishni, and Vasudeva, who was the most pious Prajapati, was named Sutapa. Text 33. When both of you were ordered by Lord Brahma to create progeny, you first underwent severe austerities by controlling your senses. Text 34 to 35. My dear father and mother, you endured rain, wind, strong sun, scorching heat, and severe cold, suffering all sorts of inconvenience according to different seasons. By practicing pranayama to control the air within the body through yoga, and by eating only air and dry leaves fallen from the trees, you cleansed from your minds all dirty things. In this way, desiring a benediction from me, you worship me with peaceful minds. Text 36. Thus you went 12,000 celestial years performing difficult activities of tapasya in consciousness of me, Krishna consciousness. Text 37 to 38. O sinless Mother Devaki, after the expiry of 12,000 celestial years, in which you constantly contemplated me within the core of your heart with great faith, devotion, and austerity, I was very much satisfied with you. Since I am the best of all bestowers of benediction, I appeared in this same form as Krishna to ask you to take from me the benediction you desired. You then expressed your desire to have a son exactly like me. Text 39. Being husband and wife, but always sonless, you were attracted by sexual desires, for by the influence of Deva Maya, transcendental love, you wanted to have me as your son. Therefore, you never desired to be liberated from this material world. Text 40. After you received the benediction and I disappeared, you engaged yourself in sex to have a son like me, and I fulfilled your desire. Text 41. Since I found no one else as highly elevated as you in simplicity and other qualities of good character, I appeared in this world as Prishni Garbha, or one who is celebrated as having taken birth from Prishni. Hare Krishna. Mataji.
Yeah, you can continue to read Mataji till 45.
Right, Mataji. Text 42. In the next millennium, I again appeared from the two of you who appeared as my mother, Aditi, and my father, Kashyapa. I was known as Upendra, and because of being a dwarf, I was also known as Vamana. Text 43. O supremely chaste mother, I, the same personality, have now appeared of you both as your son for the third time. Take my words as the truth. Text 44. I have shown you this form of Vishnu just to remind you of my previous births. Otherwise, if I appeared like an ordinary human child, you would not believe that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, has indeed appeared. Text 45. Both of you, husband and wife, constantly think of me as your son, but always know that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By thus thinking of me constantly with love and affection, you will achieve the highest perfection, returning home back to Godhead.
Mm.
Text 46.
Yeah, we'll pause here, Mataji. So,
Thank you,
what did the
Mataji.
Lord say in summary? Or rather, what are their names in the first birth and the second birth, and how the Lord appeared to them?
Prishni and Sutapa in first.
Mm. Prishni and Sutapa, and
And they had like done many 12,000 years of tapasya to get the Lord.
yeah, and the Lord was called as
Prishni Garbha.
Prishni Garbha. Okay. Next.
He appeared as Vaman Dev
Mm.
to Mata Diti and Kashyapa Rishi.
Yeah. So Mother Aditi and Kashyapa, and he was known as Vamana. And one thing he says here, you see, since I found no one else as highly elevated as you in simplicity and other qualities of good character, I appeared in this world as Prishni Garbha, or one who is celebrated as having taken birth from Prishni. So that is the glory of Devaki. Mother Devaki. Okay. So then, and then he says that the next was Vamana, and now you're constantly thinking of me and you will return home. Okay. 46 to 50. Can someone read? Yes, Prabhuji.
Text 46. Sukadeva Goswami said, after thus instructing his father and mother, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, remained silent. In their presence, by his internal energy, he then transformed himself into a small human child. In other words, he transformed himself into his original form, Krishna tu Bhagavan Swayam. Text 47. Thereafter, exactly when Vasudeva, being inspired by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was about to take the newborn child from the delivery room, Yogamaya, the Lord's spiritual energy, took birth as the daughter of the wife of Maharaj Ananda. Text 48-49. By the influence of Yogamaya, all the doorkeepers fell fast asleep, their senses unable to work, and the other inhabitants of the house also fell deeply asleep. When the sun rises, the darkness automatically disappears. Similarly, when Vasudeva appeared, the closed doors, which were strongly pinned with iron and locked with iron chains, opened automatically. Since the clouds in the sky were mildly thundering and showering, Anantanaga, an expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, followed Vasudeva, beginning from the door, with hoods expanded to protect Vasudeva and the transcendental child. Text 50. Because of the constant rain sent by the demigod Indra, the river Yamuna was filled with deep water, foaming about with fiercely whirling waves. But as the great Indian Ocean had formerly given way to Lord Ramachandra by allowing him to construct a bridge, the river Yamuna gave way to Vasudeva and allowed him to cross. Text till text 53, Mataji?
Yeah.
Okay. Text 51. When Vasudeva reached the house of Nanda Maharaja, he saw that all the cowherd men were fast asleep. Thus he placed his own son son on the bed, of Yashoda, picked up her daughter, an expansion of Yogamaya, and then returned to his residence, the prison house of Kamsa. Text 52. Vasudeva placed the female child on the bed of Devaki, bound his legs with the iron shackles, and thus remained there as before. Text 53. 52, 53. Exhausted by the labor of childbirth, Yashoda was overwhelmed with sleep and unable to understand what kind of child had been born to her. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So we can see how after that, when the Lord was born and Vasudeva is able to go and Anantanaga is holding his umbrella, and then he exchanged the babies. And then Yashoda was not able to understand. So Sri Krishna Janmashtami ki jai, Sri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Okay, any questions or realizations from this? We are very fortunate to read this on the eve of Janmashtami, and every Janmashtami we can read this. We'll take time to go through the purports and read again and again and meditate on the Lord. In this way, we are ready to receive the Lord by reading and thoughtful of His presence. Because every Janmashtami we celebrate, the Lord is appearing somewhere in the universe. So we are fortunate to be celebrating this. Yes, Madhani. Who was the question? Yes, Annapurni Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, how are you?
Good, Mataji. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I have a question. I believe Janmashtami is on the 16th, right? Saturday?
Mm. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes. That's your question, Mataji?
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes in India and here the calendar is different. I don't know. I think in India also it's Saturday. I think so. I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Vinita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Kanika. My mom and I are listening
Uh,
from my mom's phone.
Hare Krishna.
Uh, Dandvat Pranam, Mataji, lovely class. As always, thank you so much. Mataji, I just had one question that you know how sometimes we say that the Lord is absolute. So whether it's Putna or Kans, you know, they were liberated. But then sometimes we also say that the Lord looks only at intentions. So where is the happy mix in that? I guess is the entire motive that people who are fallen they should like to show the Lord is merciful, that for them you know the Lord will bend over backwards, but then people who are not fallen, that doesn't mean that they can get away with anything. They need to still have good intention. I was trying to figure that out, like.
Okay. So, yeah, the Lord takes whatever is favorable. Okay, usually he's called Bhavagrahi Janardana. He accepts the intention. But in the case of Kamsa, even though the intention was bad, but he was not a moment not thinking about the Lord. That is important. This is the same
Oh,
question I
beautiful.
asked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's completely, and because of being thoughtful of the Lord, he was purified.
Haribol. Okay.
But this is the same question Yudhishthira Maharaj is asking also. Shishupala was also like that because from the beginning of his trying to talk, it is said that he always envied Krishna and was always thinking of the Lord. But Vena, King Vena, he was also a demon, but he did not get liberation like Shishupala or Kamsa. So why? Because Vena was not thinking about the Lord, and so he was not purified. Since the Lord is absolute,
Okay.
he purifies them. So this
Beautiful. Okay.
question, we asked Balram Shakti Prabhu, and he was answering that uh, the if you are trying to love the Lord, and then we are not perfect in it, He'll give us chances. Okay, next birth and until we become completely perfect enough to associate with Him, completely pure, we are constantly progressing on the path. If somebody thinks that loving the Lord is so hard, in this Kali Yuga, hating someone is so easy. So why don't they take that path? But if they are not thinking about the Lord, always like Kamsa or Sishupala, then their next life will be hellish. And then from then again, as he say, they are going down and down in demoniac species of life. So this was his explanation.
Lovely, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. We'll read that in Krishna book when we read
Mhm.
about how after Krishna killed Kamsa, what the liberation that he got is mentioned in that chapter. So we'll read that. Okay. So we are all, so what service you're doing,
Oh,
Kanika?
Mataji, there was cleaning and then prasadam packing.
Oh, wow. And on
Yeah.
that day,
The day before, Mataji, not the day of, the before and after. Like before Saturday and after Saturday.
okay, on Saturday,
Nothing. I'm enjoying the festival on Saturday.
but you won't be able to enter the temple also, no? If you don't.
In the morning, Mataji, I'll go in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. Usually you are in the front desk seva, so you get to
Yeah, yeah,
see the.
yeah. That unfortunately there was no front desk seva this time. Otherwise, I would have signed up for it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they keep
Yeah,
managing to keep
yeah,
darshan moving. Right?
yeah, yeah. This time they don't have it. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. So, we can all remember to offer prayers for all of us, wherever we are, in whichever temple celebrating Janmashtami. So we can pray for each of us, our friends, so we can all get Krishna's mercy, and we can pray to Balaram for his mercy and spiritual strength, so we can continue on this path, and everyone can go along together. Okay, so anything else, devotees? Or we'll pause here. Thank you all very much. Yes,
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji, for your beautiful wishes and blessings.
yeah,
Like with
thanks.
all your association, like you have to continue and grow in this spiritual Krishna conscious, Mataji.
Yes, that's the that's a challenge. So we all stick together and
Yes, Mataji.
advance.
So blessed to
Are
read
you
that
going to
verses,
Toronto
Mataji.
temple also?
We'll try our best, Mataji.
I
Yeah,
know. After
Saturday.
afternoon, it's very difficult to enter.
Yes, Mataji. Like last time, like I remember, like Prabhuji came and helped us, like because the queue was so long, and this time they already said like they're expecting huge crowd because being Saturday
Uh,
Eve, and then like yeah, so we have to see. Otherwise, like plan to go to that nearby Mataji ISKCON Scarborough. So yeah, if not to downtown, like we'll go there.
yes, yes, that's also a good option.
That's what. Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Srivatsa Prabhu.
Mataji, I had one question with this last demoniac fixation that you made. Um, so people who are high-ranking demons, like obviously they've been granted benediction by the Lord that they'll be killed by Him. They're very high devotees, I know that, but um, this is very interesting. This is intriguing to me. So, someone who is fixating, is that a skewed form of devotion, even though the fixation is envy and jealousy?
No, no, it's not devotion from their side. It is the Lord's absolute nature from His side. He is
Oh.
beyond hatred and love. Even if somebody hates Him, He doesn't hate them back. Because they are in
Hmm.
touch with Him, He gives them the benediction. So that's the understanding.
But it is skewed, right? Like the devotion is tainted. There's
There's
so
no
much
devotion
envy,
there.
jealousy, material.
No,
Or
there is
no devotion.
hatred, but thinking about the Lord. So he's taking about the thinking of the Lord. He's taking
So
that.
if I hate someone, essentially I am praising them. The basic emotion is still praise. But I just feel I am not good enough, so something like that. That is what I was thinking. But
Yeah.
yeah, you
So and
yeah.
also we see that they have a history, and then they come to tell that the Lord is conquered by Devaki and Vasudev, who are simple and of good character, and is giving them all credit. But Kamsa wanted to overpower the Lord. He got all the benedictions, everything. So he's giving us a message: by power, you cannot overpower me, but by
Mm,
love, I become, subservient. Right? So that's the message we get. So we
thank you,
take the
Mataji.
path of love and bhakti than the path of Kamsa and Ravana.
Yeah. Yeah. Happy Janmashtami, Mataji. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Happy Janmashtami to everyone. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Actually, after Janmashtami is Srila Prabhupada's appearance day. Prabhupada was born on the Navami Tithi after Janmashtami. So that's also fasting till 12. And in every temple in ISKCON, we observe that day. It's a very important day for us because if not for Prabhupada, we wouldn't have been discussing so much about Krishna or even celebrating Janmashtami now. So you can also try to visit. That day there won't be crowd. The very next day you can have nice darshan, and I think there will be celebrations at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's a Sunday. I don't know about Toronto. I didn't see the flyer. Somebody can uh, share the flyer in the group so we can all go there. And in Charlotte also we have the celebration at 12 the next day afternoon. So everybody is invited and not to miss this celebration of Prabhupada's appearance day. Okay, devotees. So Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Krishna Janmashtami ki jai.
Jai.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Like,
And Janmashtami is fasting till midnight. Whatever you can do, whatever level. Typically, those who can, they do nirjal or with water and milk and fruits and or ekadashi type of fasting. Whatever is possible, and our main motive is to keep serving the Lord and chanting. Hare Krishna.
Hari bol, Hari bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
and
Mataji.
a very
Hare
happy
Krishna, Mataji.
Janmashtami.
Janmashtami
Thank
to
you,
you.
everyone.
Hare
Thank you, Mataji.